nodes are there? And what is a node? What is a node? What is the definition of a node? Naveen Kumar C. Naveen Kumar C.
Yes, sir. Can you hear
You
me?
are there.
Yes, sir.
What is the definition of a node?
Sir, it's a point where the current meets.
How many currents meet? One or two or three or four?
Uh, many. Uh,
More than two.
More
So
than
the condition for a node is you have to have more than
junk.
two or three branches meeting. Correct. So how many nodes we have here in the diagram? What you see now?
We have two nodes,
We
sir.
we have one node visible because you can see three branches branching, and always remember ground is a node.
Okay, sir.
You can mute yourself, Naveen. Thank you.
Thanks.
Ground is a node, and ground potential is going to be 0 volt. Okay. So always for any circuit, if ground is not taken, you can assume all the currents will be at the end. You can draw this ground symbol. The ground is represented like this. So diminishing lines, and it means that the potential of ground is going to be 0 volt. Okay, so I have two nodes here in this. I have two nodes. One is I'm naming the node as V1. I'm naming the other node as 0 volt. And you have to mark the direction of current in the nodes, how many ever current is coming and how much ever current is going out. You have to mark the direction of current. See, this current is going to 10 ohm. I have a battery here, so current will obviously go away from the battery. So the direction of current going to 10 ohm is this way. And remaining things you see, there is no voltage source on the other side of the network. So I am assuming the current is getting split and flowing like this. See, I again say there is no rule that you have to assume the current directions like this only. You can assume it either way. Okay. Only thing, we are going to get the answers negative, which means that what we have assumed is going to be opposite. Okay. So always assume the rule here. The current, if you have a battery source, current is flowing away from that. If we don't have any battery source, the currents will be flowing towards the ground. So I2 is flowing between V1 and ground. I3 is flowing between V1 and ground through two different paths. And I1 is flowing between 100 and V1. Okay. Is this identification of node and drawing current directions clear with anybody is having doubts in that? I again say there is no hard rule on how to assume the current direction. Only thing, if you assume it otherwise, you will get the answer in negative. Okay, that's the only difference you will have in the solving. Is this first portion of node analysis clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Always try to ensure that you have minimum number of nodes. See, you can also assume this one to be a node, but there is no use because only two branches are meeting. Two branches are meeting means there is no need to assume for node. Minimum greater than 2 is the condition. So minimum start from 3. So if you start from 3, I pointed only two nodes here, V1 and 0. And 0 is obvious for all the problems. Specifically, I have only one node V1 here. So if I am going to apply Kirchhoff current law at this node V1, so Kirchhoff current law says sum of incoming current equal to sum of outgoing current. Okay, all the current entering the node should be equal to the current leaving the node. So what is the current entering the node from this diagram?
I1.
I1.
Only one current is entering.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Current
So
is
the current
leaving.
entering is I1. What are the currents leaving the node?
I2 and I3.
I2 and
So
I.
what
Plus I2 and I.
will be the equation? I1 equal to I2 plus I3. Is that clear? The KVL equation at node V1. Incoming current equal to outgoing current. Incoming current is I1. Outgoing currents are 2 in number. So add them. I1 equal to I2 plus I3. Here, there is no direction for current. Always incoming current equal to outgoing current. Outgoing current, if you have 5 currents, you have to add all the 5. No subtraction on other things here. Like KVL, the direction of current depends on the voltage depends on direction of current. We use I1 minus I2 and I2 minus I1, right? In Kirchhoff current law, it is very simple. Incoming current equal to outgoing current. I1 equal to I2 plus I3. Now I am going to use my Ohm's law and write the equation for I1, the three currents I1, I2, and I3. See the formula, see here. The formula for writing current is I1 is equal to starting voltage minus ending voltage by resistance. This is the formula I'm going to use. See where the current is starting, see where the current is ending, divided by R. So I1, where is I1 starting? I1 is starting to flow from
100
where?
volt. 100
I1,
volts.
yes, I1 is
100 volt.
yes, I1 is coming out of the battery, so I1 is starting from 100. Where is I1 ending?
V1.
V1. So what should be the value of I1? I gave the formula here.
100
Starting,
minus V1 by R.
yes, starting voltage minus ending voltage by R. So starting voltage is 100, ending voltage is V1, so 100 minus V1 by R. And R is R, you know, it is going to be 10 ohms, so it is 100 minus V1 by 10. Is this I1 clear to everyone? How do we write the expression for I1?
Yes, sir.
If you have one more resistance, 5 ohms in series along with 10, the equation will be 100 minus V1 by 10 plus 5. You have to add the resistance in series. Is that fine? Here you have only one resistance 10 ohm, so it is 100 minus V1 by 10. If you have one more resistance in series, it is 100 minus V1 by 10 plus that resistance, because when you in series, you are going to add the resistances. So is I1 clear? Now we will write the equation for I2. See where I2 is flowing. I2 is flowing from where to where?
V1 to
From
ground.
V1 to ground.
0.
V1 to ground. So what should be the expression for I2?
V1
Starting
minus
voltage.
1 minus
V1
0 by
minus
5.
0
Yes,
by 5.
5, correct. So see here, I2 equal to V1 minus 0 by 5. So you get I2 equal to V1 by 5 simply. Now I3. See I3. See I3.
V1 minus
I3,
0 by
V1 minus 0 by,
V1 minus 0 by 2 plus 2.
2 plus 2. V1 minus 0 by 2 plus.
yes, if you just write V1 minus 0 by 2, you are wrong. Because you missed that another 2 ohms in series. And remember, whenever resistance are in series, you have to include the effect of both. You have to add both. So it is V1 minus 0 by 2 plus 2. If you don't write 2 plus 2, the answer is wrong. So it is V1 by 4. Now, having known all the values of current, substitute the values of current in the KCL equation which you wrote. So I1 equal to I2 plus I3. See here, 100 minus V1 by 10 equal to V1 by 5 plus V1 by 4. Please solve this and get me the answer for V1. I already solved it. Please solve by yourself and get me the answer for V1. See, and in the process, you others solve, and those who are having doubts, you can ask me if you have any doubts in KCL. If you are not clear on how to find the node, if you are not clear on how to write the equation, please get it clarified now itself. Because the same KVL, KCL, we are going to apply for all the problems. Don't hesitate to ask doubt. I'll again repeat. See here, I1 is flowing between 100 and V1. So 100 minus V1 by 10 is the current equation for I1. I2 is flowing between V1 and ground. Ground is 0 volt. So V1 minus 0 by 5. And I3 is flowing between V1 and 0. So I3 is V1 minus 0 by 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, why? Because the elements are in series. So if you substitute all the equations in the KCL equation what we wrote previously, you will get the value for V1. You get the value for node voltage V1.
Sir, V1 is 18.18.
I got the answer in fractions. Maybe check whether this is correct.
200 by 11. Correct.
200 by 11 or 18.18.
2, sir.
18.
Okay, this is the answer for V1. Check others. 200 by 11 volts or 18.18 volts.
18.18.
Try to get this answer.
18.18.
Yes, then see what is asked in the question and complete it. Others, those who have finished, do that. Others, please try to arrive at this answer. Just taking LCM and simplifying terms. It should be familiar to you. How I have simplified, I'll explain. V1 by 5 plus V1 by 4, it is 9 V1 by 20. I have taken LCM for this group alone. And here I have divided each element by 10. 100 by 10 is 10. 10 minus V1 by 10 equal to 9 V1 by 20. So bring this minus V1 by 10 to this side. So 10 is equal to 9 V1 by 20 plus V1 by 10. So if you take LCM and simplify, you'll get this answer directly. We have asked to find the value of Vx. Vx is voltage across 2 ohms. For finding voltage, you need current. So what is the current going through 2 ohms? I3. First find I3. So we have the expression for I3, right? So
4.54 amperes, sir.
substitute V1 and get the answer for I3. I3 I got 50 by 11. 50 by 11, maybe if you simplify, you get 4 point.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
4.4465. 4.54 amperes. That is the answer value for I3. Knowing I3, I can find Vx. Knowing I3, I can find Vx. Vx is I3 into 2. So 4.54 into 2.
100 by
So you
11.
get 9.09 volt. 100 by 11. Okay, or 9.09 volt. What is the answer we got in previous method mesh analysis?
Same answer.
Yes, same answer. Approximately decimal points. Because of approximation, it will change. Otherwise, the answer is going to be absolutely same. See, I again say, choosing which method is left to the person who is solving. Some may feel KCL is interesting and apply that. Some may feel KVL is interesting and apply that. See, there is no hard and fast method to solve this problem. You can apply any method which you like. But if specifically mentioned use only KVL or KCL, you have to use only that method. Maybe you can cross-check the answer by solving the other method. This is a complete part B question, finding out the loop currents and finding out the value of Vx.